Hello, my friends. Happy Monday. Fresh Monday, you guys. September is almost over. Just like August came and went in a blink, September came and went in a blink, and now we're moving into October. And we're going to keep talking about this 90-day agreement. To be really honest with you, I'm still fleshing it out in my head. Like I am still trying to come up with what I want it to look like for all of us. It's going to be very different and individual for all of us because we all have different seasons. We all have different needs. Some of you might need this for fitness and nutrition, or fitness and mindset, or maybe it's your fitness in your business. I don't know. You know what you need more than I know what you need. So I want you to take a few minutes in your quiet time this next week or so and start thinking about what is it do you need? What is it do you need? And when you've been on track, have you ever been on track? I hope you have. I hope that you have been on track at some point in your life. And I want you to actually reflect on that. And like, what does that look like for you? What does it feel like for you? Do you have more confidence? Do you have more energy? Is it easier to make better sleep decisions? Or are you drinking less? Are you eating more greens? Like, I know when I'm 100% on, I feel invincible. I feel so good. I have so much more energy. I feel so much more proud and alive. And yet, I think a lot of us at some point, hopefully you've been there at some point. If not, this is your moment. This is your opportunity to make a decision, to make yourself a promise and do this 90-day agreement with all of us. But like, when we feel so good and when we're living, that's being in flow, basically, right? Like you're in flow, you are committed to the journey, you're showing up, you're doing the things, you have the discipline, you're flexing your willpower, you are creating and building that belief by your daily action. I don't know why we allow ourselves to get off track. I've done it, and I've done it and I'm recommitting. That's what this is, right? It's not about, well, I sucked and I failed and now I have to make some huge promise to myself. That's not what this is. This is just a very, very deep felt promise to yourself that you're going to observe whatever you say you're going to do, okay? And you're going to hold space for it every single day. That's what it is, okay? And there will be struggle and there will be days that maybe you don't hit the mark, but that doesn't mean that you failed, and it doesn't mean that you go back to day 1 or day 0. It doesn't mean any of that. If that's your mentality, then you're not going to do this right. I'm telling you right now. The only rule is that you don't quit. The only rule is that you make it more of an intention to focus on celebrating your wins and collecting proof of that and holding space for your promises, even when life gets crazy, because you're going to get sick, kids are going to get sick, there'll be vacations, there's holidays, there will be things that could potentially derail you, but it's all about your mindset. It's about you deciding if you're going to go all in and do your best and hold space for every day. And that means holding space for every single day means that if you decide that your promise in your 90-day agreement is, I'm going to move my body every single day. Even on rest days, like I hope you move your body. I hope you don't just sit sedentary in a chair. I ate some lettuce. If it covers my tooth like that, yeah, we're going to pretend that didn't happen. Anyway, so there is no quitting in this. There is no, well, I sucked the first 30 days, so now I have to make up for the next 60. That's not what this is, okay? This is just you simply observing who you want to be and how epic and amazing and alive and inspired and capable you feel when you're showing up and doing those things. And then every day is a fresh opportunity to begin again, right? Right, 100%. I took some notes today when I was doing my mail route, and I want to share them with you. So let me pull them up real fast. Shall we? Yeah, let's. Okay. I did my workout today. Stop it. I did my workout today, but I still need to finish it. I didn't have time to finish it. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I didn't have time to finish my workout today. I have a very set schedule on Mondays, and I really wanted to get my workout in before the kids left for school so that I could complete it before I had to leave for my mail route. It didn't happen. And part of me just took a little extra time washing the dishes, wiping down the counters. I was trying to make a little deal with myself. I was like, well, you really can't do it the way you want to do it right now. So maybe that means you should come back to it later. But I also know myself. And number one, I would feel shame and I would feel conflict all morning thinking about you had time to do it and you just didn't prioritize it, which is really what happened. Or I could like talk myself into doing it later, and that probably, that's not gonna happen. So I did it. Even though walking into it, I knew I didn't quite have enough time to be 100%, but we don't negotiate with ourselves. We make a promise. That's what this 90-day agreement is built on. We make a promise. We don't negotiate ourselves out of it. We don't talk ourselves out of it. We don't look for proof of the ways that we can't get it to be 100%. You just freaking do it, okay? It's going to be so awesome. So I'm going to keep thinking about this, but if you have anything that you want us to incorporate, let me know. I'm thinking affirmations. I'm thinking stuff like that. So anyways, it's a Monday. Can you tell? I should do an energy practice, seriously. But I wrote down some notes on my route today. Focus, Sarah, focus. And it was about that. Like when you're in flow, when you're on point, when you're feeling just so freaking good and inspired and excited and committed, what does that feel like? What does that look like? Do you sleep better? Do you have more confidence? Do you feel more alive? Do you feel more inspired? Are you having more sex? Are you feeling more like able to take things on? Okay, so think about that. I want you to think about it. And then this thing I actually wrote down that I wanted to tell you about was this, that who we are defined by, who are you? Who you are, this is voice dictation, right? Who you are is defined by what you're willing to struggle for. Who you are is defined by what you're willing to struggle for. And I think that struggle can be a loaded word. Like people are like, oh, I don't want to struggle. Oh, that sounds bad. Struggle isn't necessarily a bad thing. Struggle means that there's growth. It means that there's challenge. It means that you have an opportunity to get better, to craft yourself, right? It's not about struggling. Oh no, it's about struggling, not suffering. I should have looked at my notes before I talked to you. But sitting and suffering is a choice. And who you are is defined by what you're willing to struggle for. Struggle, not suffer. So I think there's a lot of mind work and brain work that's going to have to happen for a lot of us on this 90-day agreement, and I'm super here for it. I'm super excited for it. I fully accept and fully own the fact that there are certain things in my life that I have framed as suffering because it serves a need. It fits my story. You have a story too, that this is too hard, or you don't have time, or whenever you commit to something, all hell breaks loose. You have a story. And you have probably proof that that is in fact a true story, but you're also looking for the proof. You are searching for the data. You are collecting all the ways that is not lining up for you and is not for you and it's too much work and blah, blah, blah. You're looking for proof of that instead of looking for proof of the fact that you can and that you're capable and that you are doing the thing. It's what I say all the time. Collect your proof, collect your wins. You have to be your own hype girl. You can't go through life and wait for someone to throw you a parade. As much as I would love to be the one in your living room every single day, I'm only one person, okay? So 90-day agreement, it's a fresh Monday. You don't even need to wait for the 90-day agreement. You can decide that you're going to commit to this today, but I want you to start thinking about what does this mean for you? What do you need to align with? What do you need to commit to? I made an event in here and I said that there was going to be requirements, and I don't know what those requirements are, because it's not going to be you have to buy something and you have to drink something. You have to look alive. You have to plug in with me. You have to be my accountability in this journey, because I know from having done this silently and alone and from having done this plugged into a tribe, and I'm an introvert, so don't come at me with your I don't like people, I don't want to do that, I don't like social media. When you plug in with a community and you plug in with people and you make your goal outside of your head, you verbalize it, you have skin in the game, and you're so much more likely to get results and to see it through. Because, what if somebody else needs you to show up today? Maybe it's not just about you. Maybe you saying, I'm in it to win it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be a work in progress, and it's going to be messy and there will be struggle, but that's okay, because that's where my growth lives. That's where this next level version of me lives. You showing up that way could be exactly what someone else needs. Right? Right. Okay. So something to think about. I'm going to get off here. I have a bunch of messages to catch up on. So many cool things to fill you all in on. But that is that. 90-day agreement. I'm still trying to figure it out in my head. I'm still working through it. If you have feedback or something you want, let me know. Morning workouts will continue to be a thing. Right now I'm hosting coach meetups in the afternoon so that we can get some stuff done, get some traction, get some direction in our businesses, because I believe that your business and your fitness is so directly aligned. That's the cool thing about this. I freaking love this journey that I'm on. And I'm so glad you're here. If you need anything, let me know. It is a Monday. You don't need to wait for next week. You don't need to wait until you get all your stuff together. You start where you are. You do what you can. You drink some water. You get some sunshine. You go outside and touch a freaking tree. You move your body. If that means that you literally go for a walk or you march in place while you watch this, you move your body. You collect those wins. Collect those wins, my friend. Put it on a list. Put it in your journal. Write it in your phone, whatever. Collect your wins. You can do it. I believe in you. I'm hitting my inbox here in 35 minutes. So be there if you want to chat. Otherwise, share your accountability today. I can't wait to see how you win.